This episode of the Brilliance plus Passion podcast is brought to you by Groundhog Day is an event, not a business strategy. Are you ready to finally solve those pesky issues that keep holding back your business success and never seem to go away? Embrace the power of the S.P.R.I.N.G formula that unearths the issues and opportunities burrowed beneath the surface, and grow your business so you thrive from your intersection of your brilliance and your passion. Claim your copy today at www.thegroundhogbook.com. Welcome to the Brilliance plus Passion podcast. Join us as we celebrate entrepreneurs, business creators, and brilliant minds who reveal what they are doing to make the world a better place by being part of it. Be sure to visit our website at www.brilliancepluspassion.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now sit back, lean in, tune in, get your notepad and 2 pens ready, and let's get started.
My name is Adam Homey. I am your host, and I am honored by your wise decision to tune in and invest in yourself today. We have a special treat for you here. Right now, we are speaking with Victor B. Cohen, who's a friend of mine here in Las Vegas, and just a few of the snippets from his IMDb profile. Yes, he has one. He's a Cigar Aficionado, pro football alumni, businessman, humanitarian, philanthropist, actor, and producer. Among other things, he's the founder and creator of VBC Cigars, which is a premium global luxury boutique cigar brand, which caters to those of us who enjoy the luxury and affluent lifestyle. And he's also, among other things, chairman of the Victor B. Cohen Foundation, which is a 501c3, which helps underprivileged youth and teens dealing with obesity and diabetes. He's the founder and chairman of the National Semi-Professional Football Alumni Association, which is another registered 501c3 nonprofit, which helps current and former players and their families. He's got many, many other things going on. Visit our website at www.brilliancepluspassion.com, and you will discover more about Victor. Welcome aboard, my friend. It's great to see you again.
Great to see you as well.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. So our first question here, and we'll just start generally, is you do so many things. And if you could just give us some insights from your view of how the things you do help make the world a better place for your clients, your customers, your followers, your friends, and the world at large.
Well, I guess, God, first I have to give my gratefulness to God because he's the one who made this possible. And I felt like I was put on this earth to help people.
Yeah.
Now, you forgot to mention a fitness expert. I have 24 years of experience training clients, celebrities, high profile, low profile, just average people who want to, increase their, health and wellness. So I've won multiple awards doing that as well. So setting up the foundations is second nature because I enjoy helping people.
Right. Absolutely. So, we covered some of the things that you're doing right now. What would you say is currently the thing that's most on your mind in terms of what it is you are working for right now?
Well, I would say the focus is the kids' charity because we are dealing with a lot of underserved, underprivileged kids. And so we're right now we're finalizing our drive for our hygiene products and school supplies, which we'll be doing this drive throughout the entire school year. But we want to make sure that these kids have a successful school year, as well as things that are needed in the household, for them and their families.
Right. So that's awesome. And I also want to speak a little bit about your cigar brand and what inspired you to create your own line of cigars.
Well, ever since the early 90s, I've always had a passion for cigars.
Yeah.
But I never really knew the business side of it and the branding side. So, I did my research, I got involved with someone who had their own, brand and business. So he was like a mentor to me. And so once I got a better understanding of how this whole cigar culture worked, I said, well, if all these guys can have their brand, I can have my own brand. And here we are,
Mm-hmm.
to this day, 2 years in the making. BBC Cigars is official.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a chance to try a few of the different varieties, and I got to tell you, they are among the smoothest cigars that I've enjoyed so far. And I've been an aficionado for 21 years now.
Oh, great, great, great. Well, we
Yeah.
just got accredited by the Better Business Bureau for BBC Cigars.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing as well. So we want people to know that this is not some fly-by-night, cigar brand. This is here to stay. And we are definitely taking it global, for sure.
Great, 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 great. So, what in your experience, and I know this is a little bit of a different question to ask you than a lot of our guests because you do so many different things, but what are some of the most common questions that people have for you as they are getting to know you and making their decision to engage with you?
Your microphone is kind of muzzled a little bit.
Let's unmuzzle it. How's that?
It's still kind of muzzled, but
okay.
I believe
how's now?
I believe I understood the question. You mentioned what kind of common question people have for me.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes.
And being a former athlete, they don't know what I did. I said, I just tell them like this. I said, listen, playing football was a previous occupation. That's behind me now. I'm involved with other things to make this world a better place. So what I try to do is deter people. And I tell people when they ask me if I played football, I tell them I was a swimmer. just to get them off my back. But some people come up to me and say, "You look very familiar. Are you an actor?" Or "I've seen you before." They can't really pinpoint, where they've seen me. But I mean, I'm all over the place. I've been in film industry, just all types of stuff. But the thing is, everything I do, I'm passionate about. Everything. Because when you find your passion, you'll never have to work a day in your life. Remember that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think a lot of people have seen you around. Among your TV and movie credits, the TV show ER, and you were visible on the Baller series, which is another one of my favorites.
Yeah, so I had a chance to work with DJ Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Nice.
He's a cool guy, and along with other people, in the series, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. Awesome.
Eventually, I'd like to work with The Rock. Me and him in the fight scene and take him out.
I love it. I love it. I love it. What are a few questions you wish people would ask?
Well, the thing is, when people ask me, what I'm passionate about, the first thing I do is I go to the kids because, when I speak at these schools and I tell these kids, I said, listen, when I was your age, I didn't have someone like me coming into these schools and being a positive role model, and speaking to the kids about their future and, being healthy, exercising and learning how to eat properly at an early age. I never had that guidance. So now I'm the voice for that guidance because, I have the platform through the foundation.
Right. So let's shift gears for a minute. And this is where we get to have a little bit of fun with this show. First of all, Victor, what would people who know you be surprised to learn about you?
That my brain does not stop. It's a 24/7, 365 grind. I was thinking outside the box, and people who know me know that I'm serious about everything I do. And then, so when I put my mind to something, I achieve it. That's just, I guess that's being part of an athlete. Being an athlete has taught me to be disciplined, focus, determination, overcoming obstacles and things of that nature. Being an athlete taught me a lot.
Right. What do you hope people say about you when you're not around to hear it?
Well, first is I want them to recognize my passion and that they know that, my main objective is to empower the next generation of leaders. But one thing they're going to say is he's a hard worker. He's a focused guy. He's extremely motivated. Some people question, how do I stay motivated all the time? Well, my motivation comes from within, not an outside source. And because it's such a motivation is such a mental aspect. And if you want something bad enough, you'll continue to stay focused on the path, or you continue to make excuses. So everybody has a choice.
Nice, nice. If you could go back in time and change one thing you've done, one thing you've experienced, one thing that's happened, what would it be and why?
If I could go back in time, I would have wished I had started my foundation earlier.
Okay.
When I lived in a different state, because I know that with me being in the public eye, I could have made a bigger impact in a bigger city.
Yeah.
With the people I was surrounding myself around, with former athletes and media contacts and other business professionals. And, I wish I would have started my nonprofit earlier, but I guess timing is everything.
Yep. I mean, that's, other than I wouldn't change a thing, that's basically the number 2 answer that we get. If I were to do a summary of all the responses to that question we've gotten through the Brilliance Plus Passion Project, is I would have done it sooner. And I mean, in my own experience, it took me 2 years to move my business from being a side hustle to the thing that I do primarily. It's because back in 2003, I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know what questions to ask, and I didn't even know the resources were there. Plus, it was a matter of I just didn't quite have the belief that things like that really could happen for people like me. And I think a lot of people deal with that.
You got there because you were determined and focused.
Yeah.
Every objective for most people is to turn their side hustle to something they want to do full time, and that's exactly what you achieved.
Yeah.
When your side hustle is doing better than your regular job, then that's a great indicator.
Yep. And the moment I got it to that point is when I jumped.
There you go. So
exactly.
Timing is everything. Timing is everything.
Exactly. So what famous person, alive or dead, would you like to meet? And what questions would you have for them if you had the opportunity?
Well, I'm a big martial arts fan, so I wish I could have met Bruce Lee because I kind of study philosophy. A lot of people don't know this, but I used to read his books. I used to study martial arts, and I always liked his approach. And so if I had some questions, because Bruce Lee was full of knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah,
I would have had a slew of questions for him. I might have got on his nerves. He said, "You're asking me too many questions." But you know what? You have to continually learn. That's what I learned.
Yeah. What motivates, inspires you to keep going when you're having a tough time or facing a challenge?
Well, life is not a dress rehearsal, and it's you have to get up every morning and be optimistic about having a productive day. So, but for me, my motivation comes from within, because if I didn't have that internal motivation, I would have never achieved the things I achieved. So it's just perseverance, consistency, that and my inner motivation that keeps me going.
Absolutely. So in a moment, I'm going to share, as we wrap up here, I'm going to share with our listeners and viewers a few places where people can get to know more about you and engage with you. But in general, what is one action that you would urge our listeners to take as soon as they finish streaming this episode?
Well, if you have a goal, write it down and knock them out one at a time. Because when you write things down, it keeps your head in the game, just like football. But if you don't write your goals down, you're all over the place. It just keeps you focused. And once you have a plan, you figure out a strategy, you execute and make it happen. Just like it's everyday life. So you can't have a house without a blueprint. So you have to have your blueprints to be able to have the nice house you want to have.
You know what I found?
Just got to stay consistent. And stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. That's the main goal, is to stick to the plan.
I found myself that sometimes when I'm feeling a little scatterbrained or like I've got 25 different things to work on, I'll pick the one thing that I need to focus on for that day or that time and write it down on a piece of paper or type it and print it out or what have you. And even though there'll be only one bullet point, it'll be sitting next to me. And the fact that that's the only thing I see keeps pulling me back in when the temptations and the triggers and the feelers come in from other directions. and just narrowing the focus and keeping my vision on that one piece of light down there at the end of the tunnel, which I'm nearing.
Right.
Yeah. So that's helpful to me as well.
We have the same approach, because every day I have a to-do list. And once I get my tunnel vision, I make sure that by the end of the day, those tasks are complete.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you must write things down. You have to.
Yeah.
And another thing, I have a vision board. You know, I've been using vision boards for the last 5 years.
Okay.
The law of attraction is real. So once you wake up in the morning, matter of fact, I have my vision board right by my bed. When I see that, I wake up in the morning, I sit by my vision board, I look at that board, and I say, look, these are the things I have to focus on for this year. And I'm just knocking them out one by one. Sometimes I adjust my vision boards, but the law of attraction is real. And everything I've had in the past that I've had on my vision board, I've achieved. So it's real. So going into 2022, get that vision board going. So that's another thing I recommend.
Yeah, I'm with you there. So, Victor, first of all, I want to thank you so much for being with us today. And for our listeners and viewers who are out running and jogging right now, I will say the names of a few of your websites right now. I encourage everybody to visit our website at www.brilliancepluspassion.com and see the links in the show notes. But here are just a few of them. And give me 1 second here. My personal assistant was sitting on my keyboard in such a way that I wasn't able to open the tab. So the first, of course, is www.vbccigars.com. That's Victor's unique brand of cigars. As I said, I highly recommend them myself. If you're an aficionado, check them out. The next is www.tvbcf. That is for the Victor B. Cohen Foundation, which we discussed earlier. And the third one I'll show you is www.nspfalumni.org. And that is the National Semi-Professional Football Alumni Association. So with that, Victor B. Cohen, thank you so much for being with us today. It's been an honor, and believe me, an education.
Thank you. So one more thing I would like to add. Anyone out there who wants to support our initiatives with either foundation, we appreciate any type of amount of donations, which are tax deductible.
Yep.
And it helps us with our vision and mission. So, you know, if you guys know anyone who's been touched by diabetes or obesity, hey, feel free to, make a donation, but make sure you go through the site so you get a clear understanding of what we do. And the cigar brand speaks for itself, but for the NSPF alumni, that's an organization for semi-pro football players who didn't get that opportunity to have services and benefits as a professional athlete. So both websites are informative. So definitely take your time, look at them, spread the word. We're doing great things in the community, and we will, with the Alumni Association, take it nationwide once we start getting our Las Vegas chapter formalized.
Nice. Thank you so much once again for sharing with us and for everything you do for the community and the world at large. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate you guys.
All right.
Thank you for tuning into the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast, where we celebrate entrepreneurs, business creators, and brilliant minds who are making a difference for their community, market, and audience. Remember to visit our website at www.brilliancepluspassion.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast.